Okay, do you think I'm shitting you? No, I'm serious as a motherfucker, okay? So I submitted that video, the question about torture, British involvement in torture, to the Al Jazeera question time with the Prime Minister thing, and lo and behold, he only went and fucking answered my question. Oh my god. I'll link to the original video, it's about 14 minutes in exactly. And it's David Cameron looking at my face on the TV screen, answering my question. Holy shit. So I'm just going to clip into his answer into it now. In fact, first of all, I'm going to clip in the run-up to my question, because I gave a bit of background and I talked about the Chilcot inquiry. Unfortunately, they didn't play that section of the video. They just played the question at the end, and his question and his answer pretty much just said, "Well, I've set up the Chilcot inquiry." Yeah, I asked it in reference to the findings from the Chilcot inquiry, so it's a bit unfortunate that they didn't use the whole clip. I guess I could have worded it better and mentioned the Chilcot inquiry again at the end during the actual question, but I didn't. So it was quite easy for him to sidestep any real kind of answer with any weight behind it. Prime Minister, my question concerns the recent revelations brought to us by WikiLeaks and their media partners that John Day, the Ministry of Defence's Director General for Security Policy, had promised that the UK had put measures in place to protect US interests during the Chilcot inquiry. Now, Sir Menzies Campbell, the former Liberal Democrat leader, said that this news will come as a great surprise to members of the Chilcot inquiry, who up until now have displayed a refreshing independence. There's an important distinction between preserving the national interests of the United States and protecting its government from embarrassment. Many media bodies have reported that in late November, almost 2 months after this cable was written, 9 additional protocols were imposed upon the work of the inquiry, including commercial and economic interests, which would allow the government to remove sections of the report, and a spokesman for the inquiry is quoted as saying that the Iraq inquiry is independent of the British government. The protocol agreed between the Iraq inquiry and the government allows for material to be withheld from publication if publication would damage international relations. My question is this, Prime Minister.
Next question.
My question is this, Prime Minister. With the UN already having called for the US to investigate the torture that we now know for a fact to have taken place during the Iraq and Afghanistan invasions, will you act on any revelations of British involvement in torture, extraordinary rendition, or Frago 242?
Well, the short answer to that is yes, and I have already acted. There have been accusations, not that British people tortured anybody, but accusations of so-called complicity in torture. And that is why, when my government got in, we very quickly decided to settle all the outstanding cases against the British government and to deal with those, and then to set up, as I have set up, an independent inquiry by a respected judge, Justice Gibson, who's going to look into these accusations of complicity surrounding all the aspects of Guantanamo Bay, and we should act on the evidence. And I want Britain to clear any stain off its name in this area. I think that is extremely important. And it's important not just because we should be clear that torture is wrong and cannot be justified, but I also want to make sure that the security services in Britain, who do a very important job in keeping us safe, are not stuck in the courts pursuing legal actions, but are actually out there doing their work to keep us safe.
Okay, final